I need to tell you something, and this might scare you, but you don't lose your freedom in one dramatic collapse. It happens slowly over time. You lose it one compromise at a time. And one late night, one skipped workout, one forgotten dinner, one broken promise to your kids. Most founders win their back time once. Then watch it slowly die because they never learned the 3 daily rhythms that make freedom sustainable. So today I'm going to show you how to lock in the freedom that lasts. So even when life gets chaotic, you're able to continue with that mission of buying back your time and keeping it. When I was growing up, my dad missed just about every game. He'd miss every dinner, every important moment that mattered. And he'd tell me, "I'm doing this for you, son." But then on his deathbed, literally days before he passed away, he grabbed my hand and his eyes were all swelled up and he said, "Don't miss Leo's games like I missed yours. Don't let success steal what I can never get back." Now that wasn't just advice, that was a dying man's confession. And years later, I had an 8-figure business, very successful on paper, but zero presence at home. And I was drifting into the exact same trap that haunted my father. So that's when I realized you don't win freedom one time and keep it forever. You have to practice it daily or you can lose it slowly over time. And look, I've helped hundreds of 7, 8, 9-figure founders reclaim their lives, working say 30 hours a week max, missing 0 family moments and feeling more energized than they ever have in years. But here's what I learned. What good is scaling a company if your family and your energy don't scale along with it? So there are 3 rhythms, and these rhythms are really what separates fathers who stay free from the ones who drift back into the chaos. And if you ever drift back, not a big deal. We just got to be aware of it and really get right back into it. And these are 3 rhythms to protect it. So rhythm number 1 is to protect your energy like your family's future depends on it. You got to take it seriously. The energy fortress, because if your body breaks down, everything breaks down. Your energy isn't just some personal issue. It's your family's most valuable asset. Just think about it. So here are the non-negotiable foundations for every father. Every founding father needs these. You need a fixed wake-up time. So no matter what happened the night before, maybe a 2 p.m. cutoff with caffeine or from caffeine so that you could actually get sleep. And then you need a whole foods plan. No junk food to cause brain fog, especially during family time. And then you need at least 2 or 3 strength sessions weekly. I'm not talking about crazy workouts, just something to get you moving. This helps with stress relief and this actually works. I'd recommend getting some morning sunlight exposure. This is naturally energy coming into your body without the stimulants. And then an evening shutdown ritual so that work stays at work. And yes, get your hormones checked. Testosterone, thyroid, inflammation markers. I give my clients a complete lab checklist. And I'm not a doctor, okay? I can't give you medical advice or medical insights. I can just tell you, go to a doctor. I got one if you need a recommendation, but do your own research. There's plenty of good ones out there. Get your labs checked and stay on top of your hormones because that's one needle mover you could actually be aware of and take advantage of today. Because energy creates clarity. Clarity creates decisions and decisions creates freedom. All right. So the second rhythm is the family fortress calendar. You need to make your family time untouchable. This is what I call the season pass. Okay, you got a morning connection, you've got after school pickups with kids, you've got sacred dinner hour, you've got bedtime stories, you've got weekend adventures. Now look, I realize doing all this at once overnight could be a daunting task, especially if you've been missing them all. But pick one, stay consistent with it, and try to gradually grow into it so that you are present for all these moments that matter. What I tell people is start small, baby steps. You're missing all day, every day with your kids, pick a morning connection or pick an after school pickup or just stay there for dinner or a bedtime story or a weekend adventure. Literally, you see it right there. Just pick one and you can make it happen. All right, so rhythm number 3, this is the strategic thinking sanctuary because every leader who stops thinking becomes a manager who just reacts. So every week, I make sure to block 3 to 4 hours, completely protected focus. This is focus time before any meetings get onto my calendar. So no Slack notifications, no phone calls, no text messages, no IMs, DMs, no interruptions. This is when I make the decisions that actually move the company forward instead of just responding to the noise that keeps everyone else busy. If I've followed my own suggestions, I've already got other people handling that busy noise for me, so I don't need to be stressed out about what am I missing by not being present to that noise. Okay, so founders lose their freedom when they stop being strategic and start being reactive. So don't be that kind of founder. Deep work isn't a luxury, it's how you buy your life back. Okay, now let me show you what happens when these rhythms go live. My friend Stacy, he was drowning in 70, 80-hour work weeks, missing his daughter's childhood and slowly destroying his marriage. And after installing these 3 rhythms, everything changed. He went from working 80 hours to 30 hours per week. His business grew nearly double by 40% without him having to micromanage everything. But then here's the moment that mattered most. His daughter told him, "Daddy, I love that you pick me up from school every day now." Now that's the power of rhythm. It doesn't just transform your business, it transforms how your children will remember their childhood. And that is a big deal. Now here's the statistic that should terrify every successful father. Most women, they think about divorce for 2 years before they actually say the word. So this is actually brewing. It's not some overnight thing. And when this happens, you lose half your net worth, daily access to your kids, and the life that you thought you were building. But here's what's worse than the actual financial cost. You lose the respect of your children who watched you choose chaos over presence for years. That's not a good thing. And these rhythms aren't productivity traps. They're family protection systems. They protect your family. And listen, your kids won't remember your schedule. They'll remember your rhythms. All right. So here's the truth that will define your legacy. At your funeral, your children won't talk about your growth rate or your revenue numbers or how hard you were out there pounding it every single day. They're going to talk about how you showed up in their lives, the peace that you brought home, the rhythms that made them feel safe and loved, and it's likely they're going to want to do the same thing. So think of this as a generational thing. Freedom isn't just for you, it's for your family's inheritance. It's something you're going to pass down. These 3 rhythms are how you pass down presence, not just prosperity. And that's exactly why I wrote the book Buyback Time Formula, because freedom fades without a rhythm. Success crumbles without structure. These systems, these habits, these daily practices help you build a business that runs without you so that your family never has to run without you, okay? Let's be the hero to the family instead of the business. Master these rhythms, protect your freedom, grow your business, and save your family. Start here, buybacktimeformula.com/YT book. Once you get the book, you're going to love it. 128 pages. It's free. Just pay shipping. You're going to put the book next to your computer. You're going to reference it for years to come. It's a durable book. You're going to tear into it. It's going to take the beating. It's 128 pages, thick, packed full of actionable content that you can take. Doesn't have to happen overnight. Implement just one of these strategies and you'll be hooked for life, because your family's future depends on the rhythms you choose starting today. So go get the book and I'll see you on the inside.